Hi everyone. So this is a video for Virgo risings. If you are Virgo rising, then this is a video for you. So what is Virgo? Virgo is an earth sign. It's mutable earth. It's ruled by Mercury. It's the nighttime of Mercury, so the feminine side of Mercury. It is ruled by the sixth house, which is the house of routine, health, schedules, getting your shit together, basically your day-to-day things, your habits, things that you do on a day-to-day, which obviously forms your habits, and basically your routines. Not so much patterns. Patterns are ruled by the third house of Gemini, but then sixth house is your routines. So if you have a Virgo rising, you put all of those things in your first house, right? So as a Virgo rising, you are someone that always looks organized. You look so organized. Your face is organized. You probably like wearing you maybe not like, you won't be like a Leo rising that's very expressive, but you'll probably be, Virgo risings don't so much care for attention, because a Virgo will only want attention for something that they want attention for, like for something that they worked for, But like as opposed to a Leo rising who will just automatically get attention whether or not they want it or not, A Virgo rising would probably wear a lot of maybe simple colors, black, browns, beige, nude, all of that shit, They'll probably gravitate to a lot of dark colors, because it's simple, it's not too complicated. It doesn't convey a hey, notice me kind of situation, It's more so very organized. It's very I'm here on time and I expect this and this and this and this and this at this specific time, because if I don't, then you're wasting my time and I will have to take my business elsewhere. That type of thing, you know what I'm saying? So they appear to be that way. So sometimes you even may be somewhat intimidated by a Virgo rising, Also, they have something Virgo risings have this little sparkle with their eyes. They just have not like Gemini sparkle or a Scorpio sparkle or even a Pisces sparkle or even a Sagittarius sparkle or even Aquarius. It's just something. Sorry. It's not I don't know, they just, bro, if you're a Virgo rising, I know you know what I'm talking about. Or you may have people that maybe not have told you, but I really just hope you know exactly what I'm saying, because there's something about your eyes. It's just that Mercury thing, that Mercury gives Geminis and Virgos. But you appear to be very meticulous. I don't know if that's the right word. You appear to be very matter of fact, you appear to be very organized, or you can be very shy. You appear to be very shy, you may be not so much talkative. You don't really talk much unless it's correcting something or giving someone advice about something, or helping someone with something, or telling them, dude, no, what you did was super fucked up. You shouldn't have done it this way. You should have done it this way. That's probably when you're gonna communicate. You appear to be very I feel your facial structure is very organized too, your eyes are in place. If you have any pimples, you also probably might have dry skin. You might have really small hands. I feel like Virgo risings have small hands. And if the hands are, I feel it's small compared, it obviously will depend on the proportion of your body, but I feel Virgo risings have really small hands. But anyway, if you have Virgo rising in your first house, then your second house will be Libra, right? So your sense of value, you value common sense, right? Because Libra is an intellectual sign. You know what I'm saying? And it's ruled by Venus. But you're probably the type that you value people that kind of say, that can balance, that can not aggressively argue a point with you like an Aries would, but can kind of show you the different perspectives of things. You know what I'm saying? Can debate to you, okay, this is this, but this is also like this. So, you know, there's really, this is the point of it all, is that there's both of these two things, and none of them are wrong, none of them are right, because they both have wrong and right, and this one has wrong and right, and this has wrong and right too. So you value that, you know, and you also value when you yourself are like, because, you know, Virgo, like, is kind of scattered energy. Also, I forgot to mention that you also may appear very nervous, you know, because Virgo energy is very nervous and, like, not scared, just, like, nervous. Like, a lot of, because it's ruled by Mercury, and Mercury rules the nerves, you know what I'm saying? So, with the second house in Libra, you value being able to calm yourself. You value in other people. So you may even value Libras, you know, you value when other people are calm, cool, and collected. And your self-worth comes from when you are, like, very balanced and calm, cool, and collected, you know. When you're, like, not in that scattered state where you're like, oh my God, what the fuck, I don't have enough time to do anything. So you find your value when you're, like, just chill and, like, oh my God, okay, I have some free time to do this, or I have some time to, like, kind of put a balance in my schedule and routines, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. And then when you have Scorpio in your third house, so your siblings may have been very intense people, maybe very manipulative people, maybe very secretive, manipulative, like even quiet people, you know, or you are very quiet whenever you are around your neighbors, or whenever you're around your siblings, you know what I'm saying? You may be very so Scorpio also rules sex and, like, secrets, you know. So whenever you and your siblings are always, like, telling, like, your siblings are the only people that you would probably tell your secrets to, you know what I'm saying? Because your 8th house, it also would depend, because your 8th house is also the house of secrets. But generally, or it could play out like whenever you are out, right? This is where you communicate other people's secrets, or you can tell when other people are bullshitting you, right? Or you can tell when people are keeping secrets from you whenever you're around your friends, or whenever you're around your neighborhood, you know. You can, like, sense when people are, like, bullshitting you, you know, like, because Scorpio is a water sign, and water signs, like, are about the feeling and the vibration of something. So whenever you're around, like, whenever you're out and about with your friends, and your friend's talking about shit, and like, you have that one friend that, like, sometimes doesn't have money, and they just come to situations, and then, like, they just plan with you. They're gonna, like, they plan, like, oh guys, I don't have money, but please pay for me, I'll pay for you this other time. Like, like, you can kind of pick, for example, let's say you and your friend, like, decide that you're gonna buy a pizza, and then you pay half, and then your friend's like, Chom, can I please pay you tomorrow? You're like, no, because you already know that this person is manipulating me, or they're bullshitting me, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're just, you sense when people are bullshitting you, and particularly your friends, right? Because you can even, like, say, you know when someone says one thing, but they also mean another thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know the intention behind why people do things. Or if someone, for example, wants to hook up with you, then they say, like, they try to, like, talk around it, then you know exactly what they want, but you may just, like, leave them to really say it out loud and spell it out loud for you. You know what I'm saying? With that Scorpio in the third house. And also you also, like, you may like to fuck your friends. Secretly fucking your friends. That's the thing. And then in your 4th house, you have Sagittarius, right? So your house your home could have been very scattered also, you know. Sagittarius is scattered energy. So you may have either a really religious parents. Your parents may be very religious. You may be very religious. Your home may be very religious, you know. Very spiritual, very based in spirituality or religion. Or you may have had parents that were never really there. They were always traveling. You had your dad. Your dad was always going somewhere. He was only at home, like, once a month, or only in a month, and he was out again, and he was doing other things. So you don't really have, like, somewhat of an emotional bond, you know. So they were just very flaky people. So then that kind of made you, as a Virgo rising, that kind of made you nervous also. That's what makes you nervous as a Virgo rising, is because at home there wasn't any structure, you know. It was, like, way too chaotic. or if it was, and it was faith-based, right? And faith is dealing with like the emotions and the spirit, and it's not physical. And obviously, you as a Virgo sign, a Virgo rising, you're an earth sign, you know what I'm saying? It's earth, and earth is practical, and it rules this plane that we're living in. So it kind of made you live in a shaky, shaky ground, because you didn't have somewhat you're at home, you probably didn't even have like financial, there wasn't any financial stability. You always depended on like, I don't know, other things, people to get you financial things, you know. Your parents may have been artists, and it was just like your childhood was just, your home is just very weird, you know. It's just a very weird vibe. And even if it's not religious, it's just like, there's just some kind of faith-based, high wisdom, knowledge, ninth house type of shit that was your house, you know. But that also could be what makes you comfortable, you know, as a Virgo rising, is like going to your faith, or whatever it is that you like makes you spiritually strong. That's what makes you comfortable, you know. And then in your 5th house is Capricorn. So Capricorn in your 5th house. So what you are entertained by is being able to show things that you like, just status. You're entertained by status. You know, you're entertained by things that like that people can make money. You entertained by money. You entertained by things that can make you money, right? You're entertained by working. You even like working. You like being around people that are out of status quo, and you also work towards status quo, and you enjoy working towards your status quo, because now it can get you out of that shaky 4th house, you know. So you're entertained by you probably like entertained by things that other people don't even think is cool, you know. You probably like, you like to work. You're probably the type of person that likes studying. You like to study, you know, because you thought in your head, okay, if I study, it may not be fun now, but it's going to be fun when I can show for it, you know. It's going to be fun when I'm not broke. That's going to be very fun. Being broke is not fun, so not being broke is going to be hella fun, you know. And then in your 6th house, you're going to have Aquarius, right? So Aquarius is like kind of detached energy. Aquarius is like ruled by Uranus, so it's like changeable, and it's like unpredictable, you know what I'm saying? And 6th house is your health. So you as a Virgo rising have an Aquarius in your 6th house, your health may have been changed quickly. Like all of a sudden you were sick, and you didn't know what the fuck happened. Like you were fine literally a week ago, and now you have the biggest flu in the world, your nose is dripping, and then all of a sudden you get better. Like, you didn't even have to do much, and then all of a sudden you just got better, like it was fine, you know. And then again, all of a sudden you break your nose, and it's like, what the fuck? How did this? I was literally sitting down, my nose just broke, and then boom, the next hour, all of a sudden it's fine again, you know. That's Uranus, that's Aquarius energy. It's very flighty, you know. But you also may have a very unique schedule, a very unique way of working, a very unique way of doing your day-to-day schedules, routines. You may have unique tasks that you set for yourself. Like, you know, other people may write down what they're going to do, but you decide that you're going to paint it on a board. I don't know. Just some weird shit, you know what I'm saying? You may decide that you're going to write it on a bucket and then paste it on a bucket and then be like, Monday, this is what I'm going to do. I don't know. Just some weirdo shit, you know. That's how you get your shit done. And then in your 7th house, you have Pisces, right? So people that you attract, or people that you are attracted to, are the opposite of Virgo. So they're Piscean, very Neptunian, like very dreamy people. So this is the thing with Virgos, like being the savior. You know, Virgos are like being Captain Save-A-Ho. So you like when people need you. You are attracted to people that need help. You are attracted to people like somewhat need stability, because then that means that you somewhat have set a purpose for yourself, and then you can play the Mother Teresa role, you know. Or this could also be flipped. You are the person that attracts people that do this to you. You know, you attract people that that feel like you need help. You know what I'm saying? But as a Virgo, see, I'm a Virgo sun sign, and I really, it's really hard to do that. So I feel like it's actually one way where you, as a Virgo rising, you always attract people that need help, that need some kind of grounding into this physical plane. So you always attract people that are like, and you know, Pisces energies, that's like some drugs and shit. So you always attract people that use drugs. You like people that are like scruffy, like hippie kind of people, you know, people that like just look a mess. People that are a mess emotionally, you know, because then that means that you can somehow like figure the puzzle, like put the puzzles together and help them out, and then that way you found purpose in your life. And then with what's this, your eighth house being in Aries, right? So secretly you are like, you a beast, bruh. You a fucking beast. Like how you get, like you, the way you transform yourself. And now here's the thing. I think Aries actually likes being in the eighth house the same way Scorpio likes being in the first house, right? So like how you go about being a beast, you know, is very secretive and very private. So you kind of like play out the, okay, I'll show you, I'll show you, and it'll be a secret. But then when you actually start showing someone, like you come with your Aries rand and you're like, I told you. But obviously you do it elegantly because you're still a Virgo rising, you know what I'm saying? You like chill, like, I told you, bruh. I told you I was gonna do that. I told you I was gonna get the bag. Fucking told you, bruh. I told you I was gonna get better. I told you I was gonna start loving myself better. And now my skin is glowing, mad pretty. I told you. Fucking told you, stupid. You know? So that's the thing. And then with 8th house, your 9th house being in Taurus, right? So you learn from Tauruses. You should learn how to be a bit more stable. Not even a bit more stable. You need to learn to have, like, to trust the process. Because Virgos, period, don't trust shit. They don't trust a lot of things. So, and Taurus people do trust, you know. Taurus will put their trust in you. And even if you betray the Taurus, a Taurus will give you several chances until they decide, okay, this is the 21st, this is like the 23rd time I've given you a chance, man. Like, I can't, it's done now. As a Virgo, you need to learn how to like trust, you know, how to trust other people too. And like not just trust and then criticize them on how they're doing shit. Like you be like, okay, I trust you, but let me tell you how I want you to treat me in order for me to trust you. You know what I'm saying? Not like that. Just kind of like letting people do their thing and like seeing how other people formulate their own lives. And then being like, oh, okay, I trust that you know what you're doing. You know, because Virgos, oh my God, Virgos are a lot. So it's that whole situation, like learning how to trust. You know, Taurus is like, you learn wisdom and you learn a lot from a Taurus, because 9th house is about wisdom and knowledge, and it's about like high education and like philosophy. You know what I'm saying? But overall, it's just about like the wisdom. It's about wisdom, basically, going through the experience. So you learn a lot from Tauruses, and Tauruses can teach you how to just chill out, because the Virgos are very scattered people. So Tauruses can teach you, and you learn a lot from Tauruses. You learn like, oh wow, man, you know, just because someone isn't doing something in the way that I think is smart doesn't mean that like they're not doing it in the way, like doesn't mean that they're not gonna eventually get there. Because obviously, like people, you have to fuck up. You know what I'm saying? You have to fuck up so that you know what not to do, what to do. So Virgo rising need to just learn how to trust other people, even when they do fuck up. Trust that those people will learn from their mistakes and like do better. You know what I'm saying? And then in your 10th house, Gemini. So okay, your 9th house, your 4th house is what you don't want people to see. So you don't want people to see that your life is chaotic and unstable. So your 10th house, right? 10th house is going to be Gemini. Gemini is also somewhat chaotic, unstable energy, right? But Gemini energy is like very childlike also, so it's very creative. It's not like Leo where it's expressive, but it's like more so dealing with the words and like communication. So as a Virgo rising, you probably really, really good with like communicating and articulating your words exquisitely, darling. You know, so you may be a really good writer. You may be really into like books like The Hobbit, like Shakespeare. You know, you may really like those shit. You may really like I don't know what they call that, Old English. I wonder when did we start developing New English? Like when did Old English die out? I just want to know. Like I just want to know. If you're Virgo rising and you know that, please drop a comment down below. But yeah, you may really you may have gone to school and you may have studied Old English. I forgot what the term is, but I'll just call it Old English. If you have an issue, Virgo rising, just like just chill. But yeah, you may really like to write in Old English. You may be a poet. You may be a journalist with Gemini in your 10th house and you're at heaven. You may be a script writer. Anything that has to do with you using your hands. You may even like doing like, you know, making pots because it's dealing with your hands. Gemini and Virgo dealing with the hands, you know. But anything that has, you may even be a rapper, a whole rapper, bro, or artist, like anything that has to do with your voice and or your hands or just like words, you know. But yeah, that's Gemini in the 10th house. And then when we have Gemini, Cancer in your 11th house. So I feel like this is a really tricky one, because this is a whole in conjunction. This is a cis quadrate. I don't know, or quinquarks. I don't know, but with Cancer in your 11th house, right? So Cancer is about nurturing and emotional stability, right? And just the overall emotions. And then the 11th house, which rules Aquarius, is not about emotions at all. It's about like connecting to people, like social media vibes, you know. So you may nurture you're probably a very private person. You're probably a very private person when you're on social media. So you only show specific things that you want people to see. Or once you are comfortable with showing the world what you want them to see, then you'll express that. But for the most part, you're very private, you know. You probably have like a private account on Instagram. You know, you're probably one of those people that are like private on Instagram. Or you probably, like, if you have WhatsApp, then the only people that see your profile picture are the people, like you have your profile set on what's this thing called, private, and then you pick which people you want to see your status, you know what I'm saying? You probably have that type of shit, you know. But for the most part, yeah, you're very private you're very private and shy when you're around situations and places that you don't know or that are unfamiliar to you. And then subconsciously, which is your 10th house, subconsciously you have Leo there. So subconsciously you are actually a warrior. Like subconsciously you love attention. Subconsciously you are like the warmest person ever. Cause see, that's the thing. Like Virgos are somewhat unemotional people, you know. And you're gonna appear to be an unemotional person, but subconsciously you care so much. You care like a lot. Like you give all the fucks in the world. And that's why you're so critical. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're like because you just don't want, like, you hate fuck ups, and you care about like being on point, right? But not only that, like you just care about people too. You care that people are okay. You know what I'm saying? My fucking Mother Teresa was a fucking Virgo. Motherfucking Teresa cared a lot, you know? Like subconsciously. But I don't know if she was a Leo rising. I don't know. But I'm just like making the example that like Virgo rising specifically, you guys care a lot. Like subconsciously you are a king, you're a queen. You're royalty, baby. You know, but that's what people may not see from you, because obviously your rising sign is Virgo. But yeah, you know, subconsciously you are a very warm person. You know, your dreams are probably very vivid. You probably have you probably subconsciously like to see, people may not even know that you have like all these dreams, because as a Virgo rising, you're very practical, and you don't like when things are like way too like spiritual, or like way too fantasy Neptunian, like, you know. But because you have the Leo, which is expressing, it's Leo's like the sun, you know what I'm saying? So this is, so wherever Leo is at is basically where the sun is at, you know. So I feel like even people can see that you care a lot. People see that you give a lot of shits. You know, people can see that you're sensitive. People, and this is what even makes Virgo rising someone intuitive, you know, because we see these things from you, because wherever Leo is at, it illuminates. So if it's in your 12th house, then it illuminates your 12th house. So it illuminates your subconscious. So you also are able to illuminate other people's subconscious. So you understand other people's dreams, you know, and you can kind of like formulate other people's dreams, so it makes sense. Or you can help other people maybe get into jobs. For example, if you have a friend that's into astrology, then you know a site that they can apply to, so that they can be an astrologer, you know, boom. So you as a Virgo rising, you took their illusions and their spirituality, and then you gave them a job, which is aka the practicality of it, you know. Or if you know that they can sing, then you know where they can apply to go on idols or wherever, and then boom, you know, gain stability off of that shit. So yeah, that's Virgo rising. And